because I'm the mother.
Holy mother of all the mothers in the whole motherland.
What up, YouTube fam? It's April G. Showers,
DJ Jackson
in his house. Back at y'all with a reaction. So, he just got through reacting to The Die. And so now we're in the last song of the whole Michael Young history story.
I don't know what else there is to tell about the story, but I'm guessing I'll find that out. And now to see a Bible verse.
And we got Put You On Game by Lupe Fiasco. As always, I will provide the link in the description box if y'all want to go check it out. Obviously, it's a lyrics video because it's a Lupe. So, yeah. Now, first, I need to ask you, do you know what Put You On Game means?
Yeah.
What?
Like, fight you.
What?
Like, put you on game. Like, fight you.
No.
Like, I'm about to put you on game.
No.
What does it mean?
Put you on game means I'm going to teach you.
I always heard it used as, like, fight you.
If I'm like, come here, let me put you on game, it means I'm finna teach you the street life, how you do this, how you do that, and that kind of stuff. Educate you.
Alright.
Put you on game. That's what that means.
Well, then I have an idea of what the song's going to be about, but I'm not going to say it until I know if I'm right or not.
And then also, the game is a character, you know, the game, the streets, the cool Michael Young.
I'm guessing what this is going to be. It's going to be how we got into the streets. And it's going to be maybe that friend from The Die teaching him how to be part of the streets and the way that you got to do stuff. I'm guessing.
Well, we'll see. You ready?
Yeah.
Alright, y'all. April G. Score. Fist bump. Love y'all. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Okay, so from the jump, we start off with Proverbs 12:7. The wicked are overthrown and are no more, but the house of the righteous will stand.
So it goes back with that whole the quote he says at the end of the coolest that I can never
Hustler for death, no heaven for a gangster.
Yeah, that. It goes with that.
Right.
Alright.
Also, they describe, you know, the game and the streets are married.
I know.
Game is the male, the streets is the female. Pretty green-eyed lady.
Yes, I know this.
You know.
I know.
And in another song, he describes the streets and refers to the streets as her and she.
Okay.
Okay? And describes her as a demon in a dress with something and semen on her breath. So the streets, the female, is the one that lures people in.
Yeah. And the game
to
is
the
like
street life, and then the game is
what makes him keep going, probably.
Well,
wanting the money, wanting the fame, and all that, playing into the game.
Alright, let's go. Well, have you heard that saying, don't hate the player, hate the game?
Yeah. That's the game.
Correct.
Alright.
That's the game.
Alright, I was confused, like, what?
Don't you know that I run this place and I've begun this race? Must I rerun this pace? I'm the reason it's become this way, and their love for it is the reason I have become this praise. They love my darkness, I've made them heartless, and in return they have become a martyrs.
Okay, so it's either going from the game or from the streets, I can't really tell yet. I'm guessing from the game's point of view. And he's talking about how people play into the game, people get into the street life and stuff, and then pretty much they just become a martyr to it because they keep dying for it, for the cause of the game.
Yeah, they die from the street life.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been in the poem of many a poet, and I reside in the art of many.
Okay, so he's talking about rappers.
Yep.
because pretty much rapping is just obviously rap artist and also poem.
Not all.
You're just you're pretty much reading a poem to a beat in a lyrical way. That's what rapping really is.
Oh, absolutely. Rap is absolutely poetry. Well, well, some of it ain't.
Yeah.
But most of it is.
Obviously, it sounds weird to call a lot
This
of rap
is
poetry.
poetry.
Sounds weird to call a lot of rap poetry, but it technically is by definition.
So, yeah. Basically, rappers rap about it all the time.
That's
The street
main
life,
thing that
yeah.
people rap about, yeah.
Money and women and gang banging and killing mugs and, jewelry and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I think that's brilliant.
Some of your smartest have tried to articulate my whole partnerness, but they're fruitless in their.
Some people have tried to explain the dangers of the game, why you shouldn't play it, but it doesn't do anything. People are still going to do it no matter what.
Great job.
Harvest the dro grows from my footsteps. I'm the one that they follow. I am the one that they.
Pretty much anything that the game does or says is the right thing to do, pretty much they'll follow. So people will kill people, will rob people, whatever, just because that's part of the game.
In
that's
the
how you're
name
supposed
of
to
the
do.
game.
Yeah.
The dro grows from my footsteps.
I don't know what a dro is, but I'm a...
Dro is weed.
Okay, well then...
March with through the back alleys and the black markets, the Oval Offices, the crack houses, and the.
Pretty much the game's everywhere. I mean, even the Oval Office, there's people who play into it for their own benefit. I mean, yeah.
Apartments. Through the mazes of the queens, the pages of the sages, and the chambers of the king. Through the veins of the fiends, a paper chases pages, yo, I'm famous on the scene. One of the oldest, most ancientest things. Speak every single language on the planet, yeah, I mean.
The game isn't in just one place, it's anywhere at every time. Pretty much, it's existed for forever, and it exists everywhere.
Speak every single language on the planet. He said, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so meaning it's in every part of the world.
Right, but what else can speak every single language?
I don't know, computer?
Demons.
Yeah, because he's pretty much a demon, I guess. Something like that.
And then I didn't catch this part when I very first reacted to it, but the way he says the last part, you know what I mean? Listen to the way he says
I
it.
heard what you meant, you know what I mean? So,
The oldest, most ancientest things. Speak every single language on the planet, yeah, I mean.
yeah.
I read somewhere that, of course...
Isn't that like a name for Satan or something?
Well, it's a street term, obviously.
I
You
know-
know
I know-
what I mean.
I know that.
But also, he said, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I just said, you know what I mean. That's funny. Anyway, in Japanese, yona, like yona mean, the way he said it, yona. In Japanese, that means the time between sunset and sunrise, the dark period when the sun is setting.
Okay. Pretty creative.
Yeah.
I've never got that.
Oh, me neither.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I have read that somewhere and I forgot where, but I thought that was brilliant.
Mhm.
Because when I first heard it, I didn't say anything about it in my reaction, but I just assumed he was talking like from the street talk point of view. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? See, I keep saying it, but you know what I'm saying?
It's most ancientest things. Speak every single language on the planet, yeah, I mean. I am the American dream, the rape of Africa, the undying machine, the overpriced medicine, the murderous regime, the tough guys front and the one behind the scenes.
Alright, so the game pretty much... Can you go back? I forgot what he said about America, something like that. Oh, the American dream. Yeah. So is the American
Don't say
dream...
the, just say R word.
Alright. Is the American dream pretty much is what a lot of people aspire to be, especially in a lot of low-income areas. The thing that people want to aspire to be. They want to be famous with all the money and stuff. Part of thug life. The R word of Africa, the undying machine. Pretty much one of the reasons that Africa is fallen. Like corrupt government that's been infiltrated by the game and stuff like that. the undying machine, because no matter how many people try to overtake it, it still will not change. People have tried to overthrow the African governments, doesn't work.
And the game will always won't die.
Mm-hmm.
As long as people keep being lured by the streets into the game, it's living forever.
Mm-hmm.
I am the American dream, the rape of Africa, the undying machine, the overpriced medicine, the murderous regime, the tough guys front and the one behind.
Alright, so pretty much it's the one behind the overpriced medicine, because, you know, there's a big medicine overpricing issue, and especially in America.
Big pharma.
Yeah, our healthcare is not very good, and, you know, you can get addicted to a lot of it, so it gets overpriced so that people who are addicted have to pay more to it, so that medicine people get more money.
And the medicine itself, too, is the murderous regime.
Mm-hmm. And not just that, also, you know, people kill each other in the game.
Right.
For whatever reason, usually money and stuff. The tough guys front and the ones behind the scenes, so it's the thing that all the tough guys front, they put off their part of the game, that they're a thug, whatever, but not only...
Well, like Michael Young History was doing in the Die, coolest would.
Yeah.
I wish a motherfucker would. Ain't nobody gonna F with me, you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, and then ends up shot
dead
in like 2 seconds. And the one behind the scenes, so it not only works for the front, from, you know, the obvious thing you can see, but also behind the scenes, like, especially in the system and all that, too.
Yeah, the game is the one behind it all.
Mm-hmm.
I am the blood of this city. It's gas, water, and electricity. I'm its gem and its math and its history.
That's pretty much saying it's infiltrated everything.
Yes.
No matter what you do, it's everywhere.
The gunshots in the class.
Now, I didn't catch this part in my reaction. I didn't catch it till after my reaction, so I want to see if you catch it.
I'm its gem and its math and its history. The gunshots in the class, and you can't pass if you miss G.
Whatever you say after this have anything to do with it, because I want to hear that.
I don't remember.
Well, let me hear the next.
I taught them better than that.
No.
Okay. Alright, so...
I mean, it all goes together.
Yeah, obviously. So, you know, all that stuff makes sense before, too. But also, it's saying, I'm getting from it that, you know, obviously in the street life, you have to be shooting people dead. You have to be able to hit them. So you can't pass if you're missing G. So you can't pass off as a thug if you miss all your shots that you take. But it also... I mean, I'm getting from this school shooting, probably because of stuff we were watching earlier about the whole Parkland stuff.
Right.
But I'm also getting that, because that's also a big problem.
Right.
And you can't pass if you're missing G. Pass goes with all the class he was just talking about.
But look, and you can't pass if you're missing G.
Like missing gangsters.
I know that. But notice the word missing is missing the G.
Alright.
That's crazy. I didn't catch that when I first reacted to it.
Yeah, that's pretty creative.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't
I was
either.
thinking about what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Not thinking about words.
Well, with Lupe, you gotta think about everything.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that either, but I thought it was dope.
And you can't pass if you miss G. I taught them better than that. I taught them aim for the head and hope they never come back. I'm glad your daddy's gone, baby. Hope he never comes back. I hope he's with your mother, with my hustlers high in my trap.
So yeah, pretty much he's saying he's mad whenever all these people ain't doing what he's saying to do, you know, do drugs, kill people, shoot people in the head, all that stuff. And pretty much he's saying, I'm glad your dad's gone. Because, you know, that's a big factor that leads to people going into the streets and into
Michael
the game.
Young History.
Exactly.
He say, she say, which we didn't record our reaction to
but
it.
Pretty much.
But we heard it was...
his dad abandoned him.
Yeah. And, you know, it was he say, she say, him talking from Michael Young History's mother's point of view, and then him talking from Michael Young History's point of view. And both of them are talking to the father. And the way he did it was genius, in my opinion. I wish we had recorded that reaction, but it was a request to just be a live stream reaction. But, and then in another song, he says his mom did the best she could, you know, but a mom can't teach a man how to be a man, obviously. And so the mom, he said in another song, I forgot the song, but he said she did as well as she could, but she still couldn't keep him out the street life, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then next part's pretty obvious, you know?
Yeah.
Saying, hope he's with your mother, so he's gone.
I hope him and your mama is in a drug house getting high, pretty much.
Yep.
I hope you die in this trash. I can't help it. All I hear when you crying is laughs. I'm sure somebody find you tied in this bag behind the hospital. Little baby crack addicts had.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty obvious.
Yeah.
A crack baby, you know, that was born addicted to crack.
Mm-hmm.
And the mother, I mean, I think of, you know, the song by Tupac, Brenda's Got a Baby. She was going to throw the baby in the dumpster, remember?
Yeah.
And then she ended up dying. Not the baby, but, you know,
Yeah.
You remember Brenda's
I
Got a
remember
Baby?
the song, yeah.
Yeah. Iconic, classic Tupac song. But a lot of women who are addicted to drugs have babies that are addicted to drugs, you know, and will get rid of their babies, literally throw them in the trash to either hide it from their parents if they're younger, or because they just don't want the baby, or because they think they can't take care of the baby. You know what I'm saying? And so he's like, you know, I hope you die in this trash. I can't help it. All I hear when you crying is laughs. The game loves it.
I'm sure somebody find you tied in this bag behind the hospital. Little baby crack addicts had. Then maybe you can grow up and be a stripper, a welfare receiving prostitute and gold.
Yeah, pretty much. He's just wanting
Continue
people
the
to
cycle.
grow up and be part of the game.
Yeah, well, you know, the younger generations to repeat the cycle.
Yeah.
And just keep it going. And I didn't say this in my reaction to Put You On Game, but do you remember in Adoration of the Magi, towards the end, where he was talking about the strippers and said she was so many weeks pregnant, didn't even know it? He's dancing with her. Remember that?
Yeah.
I think that's related.
I mean, it's related on the topic, but I don't think it's related in any other way.
I kind of think it is.
I don't see why it would be.
I'm just saying.
I mean, like, you know, if this had, like, a story
Like, grow
about...
up to be a stripper. Grow up to be like your mama.
Yeah, but, like, if this had, like, a story about the girl, and then in the other song, Magi, it, like...
Adoration.
Kept going with that story, or vice versa, I feel like then it would be. But I think it's just the same topic he's talking about.
I don't know.
Digger, you can watch on TV how they should properly depict you. The river shall flow with liquors, quench your thirst on my...
Alright, so yeah, pretty much TV, media shows, plays into the game, shows how they want guys and girls to be, you know, based on it. They want the guys to be thugs, girls to be, you know, workers, you know what I mean? Rivers shall flow.
Hoes.
Yeah, rivers shall flow with liquors quench, so everything's just gonna be
No,
about...
the rivers shall flow with liquors. Quench your thirst on my elixirs.
Oh, my bad. Quench your thirst on my elixirs, so pretty much...
Drugs, lean.
Yeah, do whatever he says. His elixirs, you know, whatever he creates.
And then, you know, media. I mean, Lupe's the perfect example. We don't hear music like Lupe's that is spreading a positive message on TV, on the radio. We hear the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
The messed up stuff. We hear the songs about, I mean, that dumbass Lil Pump song. You're such a effing hoe. I love it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He did with Kanye.
I know.
Bruh. That's what we hear.
Elixirs, I am the safe haven for the rebel runaway and the resistor, the trusted misleader, the number one.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much he's the thing that people run to whenever they're, you know, rebelling because they've had a bad house life or whatever. Pretty much people trust the game even though they're a bad leader. They're the number one defender of these people even though really it's a terrible thing.
Defender, and from a throne of their bones I rule. These fools are my fuel, so I make them.
Pretty much,
That's huge. Like,
he rules on their death, pretty much. Pretty much every single time one of them dies from the game, he wins. All these fools who play into it are the fuel that make it keep going and going. So I make them cool, make them feel like they're cool, like they're doing the right thing. Like in the last song.
and like they're invincible.
Yeah, and then they get shot in 2 seconds. So yeah.
Cool, baptize them in the water out of Scarface pool and feed them from the table that held the Corleone's food.
I mean, like, I don't get the references, but I can get the message.
Well, I've been trying to get you to watch Scarface forever. Patna.
Yeah, I don't know who Corleone is, so.
But both of them are mafia.
I know that, but I don't get the main reference. I mean, I get what it means, though.
Yeah, baptize them in the water out of Scarface pool.
So pretty much baptizing them, like, indoctrinating
Scarface is a mafia guy, drug dealer.
I can imagine.
Drug addict, a big, rich, I mean, really the personification of the cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And feed them from the table that held Corleone's food. Another mobster, you know?
Mm-hmm.
If you die, tell them that you played my game. I hope your bullet holes become mouths that say my name.
Yeah. Pretty much whenever someone dies from the game, people think it's inspirational, that's respectful. They die for a good cause, you know? It's normal. And so, you know, it's not like it's going to stop people from wanting to do it. It'll just make people do it more and more.
Yeah.
And the bullet holes become mouths. All the bullet holes that you got, pretty much, they don't actually become mouths. It's just your death speaks volumes about the game.
Yeah.
And pretty much makes people want to do it.
And one thing I want to say is, do you remember, I forget which song it was. I think it might have been the coolest. It was the coolest. Where he said something about put monuments on her bosom to him. Remember that? And you said you didn't know what a bosom was. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Do you?
I do.
So I got that wrong. I told you it's, you know, how they make monuments for people, literally in the streets. Actually, if you look back at the cover art where it shows the picture of the game, the streets, the female figure has tattoos of people's names all on her bosom.
Mm-hmm.
Like all up here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he meant by that. Monuments on her bosom. Like, you'll just be another name tattooed on the streets that died for the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he meant.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Out of Scarface pool and feed them from the table that held the Corleone's food. If you die, tell them that you played my game. I hope your bullet holes become mouths that say my name, cause I'm the...
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty much like just the villain monologue of the story, I guess.
Well, what's the end though? Cause I'm the
Game.
and then shows the cool.
He's the game. The game is pretty much all of it. The game made the cool, and the streets lure things to the game. Like, see, there's like a triangle because they all work together. It's like the Holy Trinity.
See, at the top is the skeleton head,
Or
which
the
is
cool.
the cool.
And then I can't tell what the other two are, but one's the game, one's the streets.
Exactly.
In the middle is name, so I guess it doesn't count.
Oh, I want to show you something real quick. It's very short.
What is this?
So this is Lupe Fiasco, Papoose and Styles P freestyle.
We were talking about the story though.
This is a part of it.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, I wouldn't just show you random.
That's what I'm thinking over here, because this had nothing to... I didn't think it had anything to do with this.
So listen to this, okay?
Alright.
It's short, see, it's just 2.5
I
minutes.
see that.
So just listen. Obviously, you know what a cipher is.
BET, get your recorders. You are rocking with the Ghost, Papoose and Lupe, the skateboarder. Welcome to the Cypher, the beginning of rap. Before record deals, first summer toss at the pack.
Over 100 soldiers died this month. I dropped info. Out of 100, the majority was Negroes. George Bush is on the roll like a round hero. They still finding human remains at ground zero. They found them in the sewer. Yeah, it shows, oh man.
You know what ground zero is?
Idea, yeah.
What?
War thing where people died.
Ground Zero is the 9/11 where it happened.
I didn't know it was called Ground Zero.
Yeah. And George W. Bush was the president when 9/11 happened. So you could just...
Why is it black and white then?
Because it's old.
Yeah, but 2001, they had color.
I don't know.
Weird.
They still finding human remains at ground zero. George Bush is on the roll like a round hero. They still finding human remains at ground zero. They found them in the sewer. Yeah, it shows. Oh man, yo. I guess that's why they call it a manhole. When we say BT, we ain't trying to spell bet. Black entertainment, Papoose is the best. Now Serema, wait till my album drop. He hop up, I clap him in his hip. You could call it hip hop. Rappers be acting like they tougher than they really is. So I sit them in wheelchairs like Jada picking kids. You was putting your sneakers on the wrong feet when Papoose was repping for the streets, man and feet. You acting like
That was a nice bar. He said I sit him in a wheelchair like Jada Pinkett kids. Will Smith, wheelchair, but a wheelchair. That was a nice bar. Papoose is a great lyricist. You hadn't heard a whole lot of him. You gotta hear his alphabet thing and number thing, bruh. Just listen.
album drop. He hop up, I clap him in his hip. You could call it hip hop. Rappers be acting like they tougher than they really is. So I sit them in wheelchairs like Jada picking kids. You was putting your sneakers on the wrong feet when Papoose was repping for the streets, man and feet. You might as well face your defeat. Look, partner, I had you looking at the feet like a foot doctor.
They say the game is the belly of a beast. Blunts for fingers and hollow tips for teeth.
This is where Lupe explains what the game looks like, the cool looks like, all that stuff. So listen.
They say the game is the belly of a beast. Blunts for fingers and hollow tips for teeth. Wiretaps for ears, Nike Airs for feet. Blasphemy for prayers, a system for a heart. Rap music for beats, heroin for a son and is married to the streets. Crack pipes for lungs, and he never sleeps, just spies with dice in his eyes. Loves life cause he likes when it dies. With a baking soda soul, he can't fuck pleasure. Clothes made out of dollar bills that he sewed together. He knows he's clever, jealous his house. All the liquor that's poured out goes right in his mouth. Rides around on the street.
All the liquor that's poured out goes right in his mouth. Do you get that?
Pretty much everything that he puts out comes right back to him.
You know, a lot of people pour liquor out for their friends and loved ones that have died.
Yes, like anybody that
So
he puts out,
anybody that-
anybody who dies comes right back to him in spirit because it's just a gain for him.
Well, the actual liquor that people pour out for these people that have died goes into the game's mouth. That's what he's saying.
Clever, jealous his house, all the liquor that's poured out goes right in his mouth. Rides around on a straight bullet with prostitutes, pimps, dope dealers, and killers tied to it to pull it. TV in his head, strippers slide down his legs, and he's known to ride around with the feds. He's out there, out there, out there, out there.
Don't call me the ghost no more, call me the phantom. Real brothers love us, street brothers understand them. This is for the man with his hand on his cannon. Right at this moment, I know we need atonement. But Malcolm is dead, and Martin is dead, the gun is the barber. Let me know who won the part in they head. And I'm back to the clip, filled to the top. Ill grill with a bop, police coming through, kids still a rock. I don't give a F like I wanna die, cause I'm gon' die. You too, figure, don't boo-hoo, figure. Wanna play the game, find out who's who, figure. After you do that, find out who's true, figure. A lot of brothers died over BS, nonsense, school of hard knocks, no parent-teacher conference. Gotta learn the rules real fast, move fast, stand up and mash so they know that you ass.
Yeah,
Before it was radio, before.
So, there, you know, Lupe painted the picture of what the game looks like, bruh.
Yeah, and then,
Crack pipes for lungs, blunts for fingers, wears a suit made of dollar signs that he sewed together, like, bruh, never sleeps.
That's pretty cool. I made it all the way back then.
Yeah. Well, the Michael Young history story is older. It started long time ago. You know, I mean, and throughout a lot of his songs, not just the songs that are the main part of the story, but throughout a lot of his songs, he refers to the game, the streets, the cool, all that. A lot of his songs. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I mean, it's a cool story though, really.
I think it's brilliant.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
And this is the statement I said in my reaction to Put You On Game. I got tearful because of how brilliant this is. Then after I have reacted to Put You On Game, I went into a deep dive research mode.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I am when I'm researching. I mean, bruh. And when I fully, 100% fully understood everything put together, I was just blown away. And I do want to shout out the third Ernest. Brilliant reactor, mark catcher. Bruh. The third Ernest is an amazing reaction channel. If y'all haven't watched his videos, I highly recommend his channel, subscribing to his channel. He loves Lupe, and so yeah. And he does a brilliant breakdown of the whole Michael Young history stuff. Brilliant. And so I watched all his videos, plus did my own research. And this is what I said. So, I mean, who's my number one?
Eminem.
Eminem. He's been my GOAT, my number one since 1999. His story, his music helped save my life. You know this. And nothing and no one can ever replace that. You know that. I would never downplay Eminem. I got an Eminem hoodie on right now. And when I was saying this in my Put You On Game reaction, I had an Eminem shirt on in that too. So anybody who knows me knows how much I love Eminem, right? Eminem, I think you would agree, because I think he's your number one as well, right? Is he or not?
I don't really know. I don't really pick.
Well, you said he was in the past.
No, I mean, yeah, but I don't really know who's my number one. Anyway, what are you saying?
But if you had to pick someone as your number one
I have no clue.
rapper, who would it be?
Just like, who would you pick is better, Eminem, Tupac, or Lupe? You say they're so close that they're hugging.
Exactly.
Exactly. So I have no clue.
Well, who would you say, though?
Can you go back to the point? I want to hear.
Well, who's your favorites?
I don't know.
You know who your favorite rappers are.
My top three are probably Eminem, Take 9, and I guess Lupe. I don't really know. It's hard to decide for me.
Yours used to be Eminem, Tupac, and Tech 9.
Yeah.
And that's mine. Eminem, Tupac, Tech 9. But now, if anyone was to ask me who's your top two, I would say Eminem, Lupe, and Tupac. 3 and 2. You know what I'm saying? My top three would be Eminem, Lupe, Tupac, and Tech 9. You know what I mean? So, because Lupe has to be up there. It doesn't get talked about enough, and he doesn't get the recognition of the flowers he deserves. But anyway, I think you would agree that Eminem is a top tier lyricist. He's brilliant with his pen, his entendres, metaphors, similes, rhyme scheme, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said in my reaction to Put You On Game at the end that I would never ever try to downplay Eminem, and I will forever love Eminem. But even with Eminem, when you hear the whole Michael Young history story, all of it put together as one, as a cohesive story, I haven't heard anything like that from Eminem. That conceptual. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to make the game, the streets, the cool, and the characters, and then how, Michael Young history plays into it, and also it's my cool, young history, but then also the person, Michael Young history. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he should make a movie out of it, bruh. And I think he deserves awards for the whole Michael Young history story. Like, as a cohesive unit, all the songs put into one.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with that? Or have you heard anything by Eminem that's like this?
I haven't. I mean, I like it. It's very... I like storytelling stuff. It's pretty good. Yeah, I haven't heard Eminem say something, that in-depth.
And that conceptual.
Yeah.
And even though it's conceptual, what's crazy is it's true. It's all true. And it's a very positive message that he's trying to spread.
Yeah, and I respect that.
And I think that's amazing.
Yeah, I do too.
Lupe's all about peace, love, unity, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Eminem is too. I mean, we could talk about Eminem's song Darkness. Bruh, that song is amazing. Great storytelling song. Stand, one of the most iconic storytelling songs of all time.
Yeah.
But still, although I absolutely love those songs, even though I can barely listen to Darkness because of stuff I've been through, but even though I love those songs, it's still, to me, in my opinion, not on the level as far as, I don't know the word, conceptuality or conceptualness, whatever you would call it. Conceptual.
Ism.
I don't know what it's called. Conceptualism. I don't know.
Pretty sure.
It's not on that level as the whole Michael Young history stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Again, that's not downplaying Eminem. Eminem will be number one as long as I live.
Yeah.
Unless he just does something just crazy. You know what I mean? It would take a lot. And I know he would never do any of the things that I would stop listening to him. You know what I mean? But I've heard enough of Lupe's music now that Lupe has to be right up there with him.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be. If you're a true hip hop head and you are a true lover of lyricism, Lupe Fiasco has to be in your top at least 10 at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to lyricism.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah. I think he's very lyrical, very impressive. Some of the songs I just can't understand.
Right, which shows his how genius he is.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen / heard anything like it, and I think it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, y'all, that was Jackson's reaction to Put You On Game. I wanted him to hear the Lupe Papoose Styles P freestyle. I listened to it on a live stream one night, didn't record it, just checked it out, and I thought it would be dope for him to hear it because Lupe actually describes what the game looks like and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they talk about the streets and being cool in the game and all that in this freestyle / Cypher.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, y'all comment below y'all's thoughts. What do y'all think of the song Put You On Game and this freestyle / Cypher? Educate us on anything we need educated on. What y'all think of his reaction to Put You On Game? Anything we've said, what are y'all's thoughts? Be real, be respectful, please, but be real. The links to both of these will be in the description box if y'all want to check them out. Please like this video on your way out. A lot more important than you think. And I'm so proud of you. I had to say it. And please subscribe to my channel, y'all. Alright, y'all. April G. Score, fist bump. Love y'all. And we will see y'all in just a little bit. Peace out.
Peace out.